Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. I am the Big D for Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews with a special little vid on game shows. Yes, I like game shows, although I don't watch them much because I'm not usually around to watch anything like The Price is Right or even Let's Make a Deal. I do catch them when I'm off work. Well, not The Price is Right, but Let's Make a Deal though. Well, I haven't watched Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune lately, but I do have some love and respect for Wheel of Fortune. It's still a good game. But anyway, since I have heard that next month we will be getting the new improved updates of Card Sharks and Press Your Luck on the Alphabet Network to be joined with the Pyramid, the Celebrity Family Feud, To Tell the Truth, and Match Game. However, I'm not sure about the Gong Show though. I would like to see it keep going, but it's very unlikely. So, well, what do I know? But anyway, I will be happy to see the new Press Your Luck. Elizabeth Banks, you know, from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy. You might also remember her from lots of other movies like the Pitch Perfect movies. And she'll also be seeing the new movie Brightburn coming up later on this month. She'll actually be playing a female Bosley in the brand new Charlie's Angels movie, which will be coming out late this year. So I hope this will be good. And I hope they've got some good whammies as well, because that is one of the fun things about that game. As for Card Sharks, I'm not 100% sure. I hope this goes back to being more close to like the original from 1978 or the wonderful 86 version. Not that crappy one we got in 2002 or 2003. I've only seen a bit of the pilot. I didn't think it was good. So please try and get Card Sharks right. But for now, and also same thing here. I have never watched the Joker's Wild with Snoop Dogg, but even though it kind of has a little bit of feel to the original, but sorry, pass on that. Unfortunately, I wish that would be a good reboot in a different way with a different host. Make it the way it is, where you got play with money and then go to the Face the Devil round. Come on, that's much more fun than playing mini games of that, like casino type games. Excuse me. But for now, here it is. I'm going to give you 5 game shows that, in my opinion, need a reboot. Now, it's going to have a slight change from the original I had. I originally had the 1980 game Bullseye on there, but I dropped it. I wasn't really sure if that needed a reboot or not. I mean, that game is good and fun, as long as they keep it true to have civilians on there, not celebrities like the second season, okay? But still, that might get a reboot. You never can tell. Okay. Coming in at number 5 would be Three's a Crowd. Easily one of the most underrated game shows, in my opinion. The original came out in 1979. Was hosted by Jim Peck. Very underrated game show host. He's hosted many short-lived games. This was kind of short-lived as well. See, it was in a way like the Newlywed Game, which it happened to be produced by Chuck Barris, the late great Chuck Barris of Gong Show fame. May he rest in peace. And it was similar to the Newlywed Game, except it had 3 people where we wanted to know who knew the husband best, his wife or his secretary. I mean, I loved it. Despite its short stay, I would come on watch it on the Game Show Network when I came home from school, when it was rerun in my last year in high school. I was loving that show. Anyway, however, a few years, well, even when GSM was airing, they did air a new series called New Three's a Crowd with Alan Thicke hosting, but unfortunately, I didn't think it was good. They didn't have the wife and secretary all the time. They had girlfriend and ex-girlfriend. No. If this game show gets rebooted, stick to the original the wife or secretary who knew the husband best, okay? Next, at number 4, this is where I would have had Bullseye, but I decided, and this was my number 1, but I dropped it down a bit, and that would be Tic Tac Toe. Now, this definitely needs a reboot. Now, I've seen that, well, I've only seen clips of the old one from, I think, the 50s, I think that's when it came out. But I'm more familiar with the 70s into 80s version that was originally hosted by none other than good old Wink Martindale, which he has a YouTube channel. If you like Wink, y'all check his channel out. He's got some pretty cool vintage game show clips and some episodes of certain games. Excuse me, everyone, one moment. I mean, I've seen the 90s reboot. It's okay, but it's just not as good, even with the music done by Harry Mancini. But anyway, I'd rather have it kept to the original format, and also with the face the dragon round. Let's just have an automatic win with Tic Tac and not a Dragon Slayer. It was okay, but I'd prefer Tic Tac to get an automatic win. Thank you very much. And the next game should be, well, you'll be shocked by this. These next 2 games are games that were hosted by one of the greatest men in game show hosting history, Mr. Bill Cullen. I know he's been dead for nearly 30 years. But anyway, first would be Child's Play, which he hosted in 1982 after the next game show I'll mention. And believe me, long before we had Are You Smarter Than 5th Grade, which I've heard is getting a new improved reboot with John Cena hosting. Maybe I'll look into that one day. You never can tell when a certain kids network starts airing that. But anyway, this was a game where Grumps could answer the questions that were of words that were defined by children. Yeah, that was pretty fun. The fast play round was really good. I always like to play along and quickly guess what that kid's saying. And then they go to the final round to win 5,000 in triple play, where you have to pick A, B, or C and try and guess the word that you see in the description. And then they later change the turnabout, where we have 5 actual Child's Play kids you actually get to see. And Bill actually interacts with the children, and that's a good thing, actually. Bill actually enjoyed that. Now, I do apologize for bringing that subject up, so if a good friend of mine is seeing this, forgive me for mentioning this, okay? But anyway, that show was short-lived and was soon replaced with Pressure Luck in 1983. Next up would be another game Mr. Cullen hosted, and that would be Blockbusters. Now, it did have a 1987 reboot with Bill Rafferty hosting. It was good, but I prefer the Bill Cullen version more, because in the Cullen version we had a solo player go up against a family pair to see where if 2 heads are really better than 1. And believe me, I was enjoying this. You play on a big board, it's green hexagonal squares that look like a honeycomb with letters in them. You pick a letter, and Bill asks what A or what C or whatever, and then you probably would know the rest. Now, actually, the game show Diginet Buzzer actually airs Blockbusters still. They did air Child's Play, but they don't know more. Although you can see episodes of it on Prime, and same with Blockbusters. Just 20 episodes from a certain year of that, okay? But I think Blockbusters is worth checking out. I mean, and now, red is to connect up and down, top to bottom. They can do as few as 4. Family pair is the white side, and they have to go left to right. In the Rafferty version, they shook things up. The solo player would connect side to side, and then there'd be 2 solo players, and one round red would go top to bottom, white would go side to side, and then they reversed that. White would go top to bottom, red would go side to side. But then after that, whoever won a game would go to the bonus round originally, and then after they won a second game, they played the bonus round again. However, they changed that later in the run, and so a solo player or family pair had to win 2 games to proceed to the gold run, or gold rush as it was also known as, where they had to connect the gold to the gold with one or more than one word answers. If they could do that within the time limit, which is a minute, 60 seconds, and they'll win some big money, $5,000 if I'm not mistaken. Well, that's when they had just after 2 wins, okay? I mean, I've seen lots of winners. Family pairs have been doing good. I don't remember the names of a lot of them. I do know there have been lots of good solo players. Only ones I can remember. I can't remember the names of one that was a woman, but I knew of 2 others that I'm more familiar with. There was Leland Young and John Hatton, who was easily probably one of the biggest winners in game show history in my book. Well, he'd probably be the second next to Lieutenant Tom McKee, who was the biggest winner on Tic Tac Toe. Yeah, he was one of my favorite game show winners. But even so, I like to see Blockbusters back, and please stick with the solo player against family pair. That'd be much more fun. Now, number 1, it would be easily probably the most underrated game show. Another underrated game show. This had 2 short stays, and that would be Now You See It. It started out in 1974. It lasted until about mid-75, because it started in early 74. It was like a word search game. You had 2 teams go up against each other, see a board of words blending in together. When they hear the clue, they ring in and they pick the line and then the second player on their team turns around and says what position number that word is in. Then they'll switch over, and whichever team wins, they have to go their separate ways and then play a game where they play one letter at a time. Kind of makes it feel like you're going through a crossword game. Okay? And then whoever wins that will go on to play against the current champion for the bonus game. If they win the bonus game, now if they win, they'll go on, and if whoever loses, they may have that person back should the person who won the game win the big jackpot in the bonus round. Now they have a time limit of 60 seconds to find 10 words using an electronic pen and then call out the words. Now there was a 80s version that came out in early 89, but I only have seen a few episodes of it. It's okay and all, but it's not quite as good though. We have to buzz in with a time limit to actually pick the line. They don't have numbers of positions of the words of the word you find. Oh well. Like I said, I think Now You See It deserves a real reboot, and I hope it'll last longer. Come on. I'd love to see a new Now You See It. Now you can see now if you have Buzzer, you can see that. Now You See It is on Buzzer, which airs lots of other great game shows like the original Family Feud with Richard Dawson. They did air later versions like the Ray Combs version, others, but they don't anymore. They also air, they still air Press Your Luck, and Card Sharks. They do both 70s and 80s versions. Well, actually, both 80s versions, because Bill Rafferty hosted a syndicate version. Bobby Eubanks hosted, the network television one. And Sale of the Century's on there. Supermarket Sweep is on there. Enough said, everyone. You agree with this? Or do you have a game show that you think should be rebooted? Please feel free to let me know in the comments section. Like and subscribe, please, because I need some subscribers. Well, until next time, I'm the Big D saying see ya.